Okay. Morning, everyone. Okay.
Good
I
morning,
hope you can
sir.
hear me. Okay. ठीक है, so चलो let's okay, people are joining in, but I'll just give a brief. Well, I'm going to discuss about or talk to you about what is the yeah, many people are still. ठीक है, चलो. I guess yeah, almost all those who are planning to join, they have joined it. Okay. Can okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Uh, I want another reply. Can everyone see my screen? Yes, excellent. ठीक है. So yeah. Well, this is not a lecture, just a small session. Okay. In this session, it's about the entrepreneurship. Okay. For okay, the future engineers of our country. So entrepreneurship, you might have heard this term earlier. Okay, might be some of you might not have heard this term, or just might have heard this term, but not the you might not know the meaning of this word. So I just want to highlight a few points here, and what is the importance of this, and you just need to know about this. Again, so okay, fine. Okay, so let's start. Okay, first of all, I'll not bore you with the theory. What is entrepreneurship? Why it was invented? What is the evolution, and why we are studying this? Not like that. Okay, I just want to give few examples and why you need to think from that in on that line. Okay, because you are in and you will be searching for companies, or you will be starting your own companies, or you will be joining your friends' companies, your family's business, anything like that. Okay, so for that you're definitely going to you're definitely going to study in engineering what are the technical stuffs of very aware of the managerial thing, or yeah, still people are joining. Great. Okay. Okay. So just okay, as and when people join, I'll make them in. But before that, one theory part I want to tell you, those who don't know what is entrepreneurship or an entrepreneur. Okay, entrepreneur, as the definition, the book definition goes, it's just a person who has undertaken to do something, who is involved, is getting involved into starting something new, starting a business, starting anything. He has an idea of a product or of a service, and he is taking some risk and starting and making it into a business. Okay, so basically a person who is starting, who is undertaking anything, is an entrepreneur. And definitely it's quite a tricky word, entrepreneur. Okay, when I was first studying it, I was very much confused with the spelling. Okay, so TRE kidhar aata hai? PRE, then NEUR. Okay, uh, definitely it's not an English word, it's a French word. It has been adopted in English. Okay, in English, just what I've told you, it's just a person who is undertaking something to start a business. Okay. Now, why this is important for an engineer? The engineer to business नहीं करेगा यार. Come on. He'll design something. He'll design a product or going to maybe a service. Well, it's a wrong perception, I guess. Who is he? Okay, definitely everyone knows he's a Steve Jobs. He's Steve Jobs. Okay, what is he holding? An iPhone or an iPod, maybe. Okay, everyone knows him. He is an engineer, definitely. Okay, he is also successful innovator. He has done many innovations. He has amazed us by his different kinds of touchscreen phones and different kinds of technology in mobile phones, in computers, and he's a pioneer of many. Is kind of a origin. What do you say? The first He has kept the first foot in the Silicon Valley, and he is the kind of who has made the Silicon Valley in California, USA. Okay, so he has one more company called as Pixar. You might have seen some movies of this. You might have seen some movies, animated movies. I'm very much fond of these animated movies. Okay, you must have seen Cars. You must have seen Incredibles. Hindi में देखा है तो it is dubbed by Shah Rukh Khan and his kids. You must have seen the Up movie or the what do you say? This one I don't remember the name. Okay, playing guitar, he goes to another world. Okay, those kind of exciting movies. He's the owner of this Pixar. So he has done a kind of innovation, and he has made a business in such a way that other people are copying him, other people are fond of him, other people admire him. Okay, he is an engineer who has become a great businessman and a great innovator, and we can call it him as an entrepreneur. Another person, you definitely might be knowing this. He is what? Elon Musk. Okay, the founder of SpaceX and definitely a founder of Tesla. Okay, an electric car division or car version in which many companies are following through. Okay, Tata is coming with its electric car. Mahindra is coming its electric car, and many other companies. Okay, who are predominantly a fuel-based engine, fuel-based emission. They are coming up with these electric cars. Okay, they have followed him. Okay, again, he is an engineer who has made up such a great business that many people are following it. Okay, not go coming back to our country. Okay, he is Ratan Tata. Everyone knows him. He was the original head of the Tata Group. One second. Yeah. So he was the original owner or the CEO of the Tata Group. And he is very famous for his philanthropic activity. Again, he is an Indian and he is a good businessman. Better not to call him as a businessman. He is an industrialist. Okay, we can call Ambani as the businessman. Okay, and but Ratan Tata as the, what do you say, the industrialist. Okay, again, one more small example about the Bajaj, the Rajiv Bajaj. Okay, who has what do you say, undergone and made you great bikes which belong to the brand Pulsar. Okay, so many boys know, or many boys should respect him. He is also a mechanical engineer who has definitely, yes, they have been gifted. They have been born into those businesses. They are, Bajaj है तो Bajaj का नाम है, Tata है, he was born into that family. So they have some advantages of that, but they have made their mark by by starting new venture, by doing some new activity, doing some bringing some new products or service into the market, and made their point. These all people which I mentioned, they are some of them. Okay, quite famous. I have taken. They are engineers. Well, some are mechanical. He's a mechanical engineer. Ratan Tata was a structural engineer for civil engineers. Okay, these are all engineers, and they have excelled into their field, and they have become a kind of a, we can call it them as a businessman or an industrialist or innovators. Okay, why I'm telling you all these, ये सब engineers करते क्या है basically. Okay, then I'll connect you why you want to do it, why you should do it. Okay, first of all, I'll describe the term entrepreneur. Okay, again, entrepreneur is a person who is starting a business. Okay, or he's joining a, yeah, who is starting a business. As of now, you understand this. Who is starting a business? Then, along with the business, he's taking some risk. Okay, along with that business, he's taking some risk, and he should have that knowledge before taking that risk. He should have what you call it in double quotes, the knowledge or the calculated risk which we talk about. Okay, he's starting a business, taking some risk, and definitely he should have a knowledge before taking that risk, and he should be able to manage a team. Okay, and he should have a leadership skill, and he should have assertive attitude. So all these things, okay, in an entrepreneur, we have heard from our childhood that a person who is an entrepreneur, who is a businessman, he is a born businessman. Well, it's not true for everyone. Everyone is not born engineer, everyone is not a born doctor. So how can everyone be born an entrepreneur? So a person, when he is not born an engineer, not born a doctor, not born a lawyer, not born a any a cricketer, maybe, okay, he will have some talent, but other people also has talent which needs to be developed, which needs to be cultured so that they can become what they want to become. Okay, if I tell you what is A or A for, then first thing which comes to, okay, some might for some of you aeroplane might come, A for aeroplane or A for apple. Then if I tell you what is B for, then first thing will come to your mind is ball, okay, or maybe bat, okay, a balloon, okay. But there are many your vocabulary is such huge that you can write 100 words starting from A and starting from B. If I tell you just write the name of the companies from A to Z, you'll be easily able to write it. But we have fed into the mind of the children from the childhood. Okay, I come into that category as well. If someone still tell me what is A for, then the first thing will come to my mind is apple. Okay, because we have fed our brain into in such a way that we have been not educated, we have been trained from our childhood. Okay, now we need to go on educating ourselves and imbibing all the things, collecting all the things which are around us and putting it into our mind. We have to do all those things. So if we are doing all those things, then we can able to think out of the box. Then we can think of something which the society needs. By that, we'll able to create something or innovate something. Okay, innovation क्या है basically? Innovation is you're creating something out of the box, or some idea has been popped up somewhat, and in your mind there is a bulb which has just has switched up. ठीक है, ये आता कैसे है ideas? You have seen many people. Okay, I was doing this, I was doing that. I just it clicked into my mind. Okay, how they clicked, how that thing came into their mind. Okay, why not that thing came into your mind? Okay, so it doesn't just come, it doesn't just flash it. When a person is thinking about a particular thing for too much, he's studying about a thing, he's following about a thing too much, then he can get an idea or get what you say, switch on the light bulb related to that. Just for an example, many of you were seeing IPL, okay, before it got suspended recently. IPL cricket dikhte hai. We see, we follow many players, or for that matter, we follow Bollywood movies, or in Karnataka, the Kannada movies. We know what is the new KGF is bringing, who is the villain, who is the actor, what is the plot, where it is shooted. We have seen some videos, okay, हाँ Infosys के building में shoot हुआ, यहाँ पे ये shoot हुआ, यहाँ पे वो shoot हुआ. We are following these movies, these cricketers so much. Okay. Similarly, if a person is following something which he has interest in, okay, we have interest in cricket, we have interest in movies, but we are not planning to go over there. We are not planning to become a cricketer, nor we are planning to become a movie actor or actresses. Okay, so definitely that is a kind of a hobby we can have, okay, following those things. But along with that, we can develop a hobby or develop our interest into something which we are doing. Okay, what you are doing, you are doing engineering. Okay, you can develop a certain interest in one of the subject. You'll be studying so many subjects, six in first sem, six in second sem, five in third sem, maybe five in fourth sem also. So five, कितने हो गया? 35 subjects you are studying. Okay, maybe eight semester per semester we can take an average of five. Eight fives are 40. Okay, so 40 subjects, 35, 40 subjects you are studying, and you are passing those subjects, and you are coming out in the market, and there are hundreds, thousands, or maybe lakhs of engineers just in India every year passing out from the engineering colleges. Okay, so even they have studied all similar kind of subjects which you have studied, 30 to 40 subjects. वो लोग नहीं पढ़ा है. Okay, so what new you are offering to the companies? He has also studied. He has got maybe say 80% marks. Someone else has got studied the same subject, might be 75% marks. Another person might have got 60% marks. But during job interviews, you find not the criteria with the highest percentage marks students are getting in job, and sometimes maybe lower percentage of students get for the job. So how different you are when you are selling yourself on the interview table. You are becoming a kind of an entrepreneur. Okay, you are, if you are projecting the skills of an entrepreneur in front of an interviewer, even then there is a huge chance of you getting selected. Okay, चलो एक थोड़ा सा और. You have seen this. Everyone has seen this. Everyone knows about this nowadays. Netflix. Few years back, no one knew. Even I didn't knew. Okay, I knew it. Okay, 5 years back, I knew it. Before that, no one knew what this company was. Okay, Netflix. Now, some of your friend might have subscription, and you might be using his subscription to watch movies on Netflix when he is not watching. Okay, or you might be sharing screen, or you might be doing some manipulation in Netflix subscriptions, and you might be watching movies on this, watching series as this series Netflix originals. बहुत कुछ है. But you know, Netflix was a pretty small company long time back, and there was a huge player called named as Blockbuster. You remember when you were very small, you used to go to a video parlor, you used to borrow a CD, rent पे लेते थे, just for 3 or 4 hours, or maybe for 1 or 2 days, and then you used to go back and return those CD when you have watched the movie in your home. You used to do that, right? So this was a company where Blockbuster के नाम पे they were selling or they were renting rather, they were renting video cassettes. Okay, VCR करके था पहले. Okay, there was a huge box, and like you have a DVD player. Yeah, many of you might not have seen also DVD player. Now we have mobile phones, but there was a time where VCR where there we used to put cassette, we used to connect it to TV and watch television, or watch the movie on the television. So this was the Blockbuster was the company who was the market leader in renting those video DVD, and Netflix was just came into the market, and it was not performing very well. So Netflix had planned to sell their company to Blockbuster, and Blockbuster rejected them that Netflix के पास कुछ दम ही नहीं, why we should buy this company. Later on, because of change in technology, video cassettes से जाके CDs, DVDs came in, which was very easy to handle. And so because of that, Blockbuster went out to the market, and Redbox, another company which came, and Netflix remained in the market. The only thing about this kind of a, what do you say, this is a small story, that Netflix adopted the technology and thought of vision 30 to 40 years ahead. Whenever you are going into some company, whenever you are studying something, whenever you have an interest about any subject or any concept for that matter, then try to think about what is the future of this. Okay, बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं बोल रहा मैं. Okay, you are you have become adults now. Okay, and I might see you some a few of your people a few of you guys who are starting a business or opening up their business or working in some company. Okay, why you want to work first of all in some company and when you can start your own. Okay, chalo. Anyways, so when this story was about Netflix, how they adopted the new technology and how they brought about the new technology, and there was some uh, what do you say? What do you call it in Bollywood? You call it X factor. So they had a USP, okay, for their business. Okay. Just keep in this mind. Okay, one more thing we'll talk about is Flipkart. Okay, Flipkart again is not a what do you say? Is not an innovation, but it's just a kind of we Indians are very good in copy pasting. Okay, for that matter, every country is good in copy pasting. Okay, there are only few people who innovate it, but everything doesn't require innovation. Okay, Flipkart was started by two people, Sachin and Binny Bansal. Sachin Bansal and Binny Bansal. They were working in Amazon in US. They came to India. They found out, can we implement the same thing which we have doing in Amazon in India? So they didn't do the exact same thing. Copy paste nahi kiya. Okay, they have copied it, modified it, and launched it in India according to Indian consumer. 10 years back, 10 years back, very few people had debit and credit cards. You go more 10 years back, okay, in 2001, 2002, you can hardly find people having credit cards and debit cards. Now it is a common norm. Even if you don't have credit card, debit card, you can do an online payment through Phone Pay, Google Pay, and through many such kind of apps. So online banking or online payment has become a norm nowadays. When Flipkart launched, okay, online banking and online business was people were very reluctant. Even I was reluctant when I bought a first book in Flipkart in 2013, I guess 13 or 14. At that time, that was COD, cash on delivery. These people understood that people in India are reluctant for online payment, so they capitalized or they stressed on the word of cash on delivery. Okay, they were again engineers. Oh, okay, one of them were I guess Sachin Bansal was an engineer. Being an engineer, they we in the 3 years down the line where you will be studying, you will be studying many subjects, and along with that, you will develop a skill of problem solving. कुछ प्रॉब्लम आ गया ना, we'll try to solve it. We'll not मतलब raise our hands, अरे ये क्या हो गया, अरे इसके आगे नहीं आता, क्या करना है, अभी क्या करना है, नहीं. You will develop a skill called as problem solving. Whenever there is a roadblock, whenever you're stuck somewhere, whenever your company is stuck somewhere, whenever your team has been stuck somewhere, you will develop the ability of problem solving. You'll not just put your hands back and tell, okay, I don't know what to do. Okay, engineers develop these kind of problem solving skills, and this is the main thing an entrepreneur should have, a problem solving skill. Only then he can manage the team, he can develop the risk, he can take the risk, he can start a business. Flipkart is one such example where the supply chain, which we if some it's a kind of a common subject nowadays in engineering, supply chain management was the peak, and it was the excellence which they have developed. One more thing, Uber. Okay. Uber is again an innovation. Ola is there in India, which is just kind of a copy of a Amazon to Flipkart जैसे आया, वैसे Uber से Ola आया था. But I want to talk about Uber. It was also started by two people who were just on the streets of Paris. They could not find a taxi, and they just decided, okay, we will develop something which we can call a taxi on from through our phones. So that's the reason Uber came into existence. So anything you find in your environment, any problem, if you go to a shop, if someone is fond of cooking and you are going to a hotel or a restaurant and you have ordered something and that waiter has brought it and you are eating it and you don't like it, then you think, "Arey, mere mummy is अच्छा बनाती है, my mom cooks better than this." Okay, so by that you can develop an idea and grab the opportunity. Why not start up a restaurant and tell and train one or two maybe you can do a service. You can I don't know. You can start a service. Maybe your mom is cooking and she'll just monitor maybe, and you are cooking or you are bringing your friends and starting a kind of a small business where you are cooking those things and you are delivering to houses or you're delivering to restaurants, or maybe you're starting your own restaurant by getting that trick from your mom how to cook that. So this is how you can get an idea whenever there is a complaint कि ये अच्छा नहीं है, this is not good, then how you can solve it. As I was telling, a problem solving skill. Whenever there is a complaint, there is an opportunity for you to start something. Whenever there is a ego issues, मैं वो नहीं अच्छा लगता. I don't like that. I'll develop my own. Ego issues. You can start something. But definitely, whenever you're starting something, whenever you're doing something, you should have a vision. ठीक है, when these, when online platforms मतलब were in boom, ठीक है, when Flipkart came, very few knew about it. When that industry started growing, Flipkart से फिर Amazon आया, then so many online retail companies came, okay, like Mintra, then Snapdeal, then Jabong, then I don't remember, too many came. Then जोश में निकाल दिया. They were very hyper excited, the managers, the owners, the entrepreneurs, very hyper excited कि नहीं, we will also do that, we'll also copy that. ठीक है, in marketing we call it me too. ठीक है, मैं भी आ गया, ठीक है, मैं भी start करता हूँ. Yeah, even I'll start. So you should have a vision. Okay, what is new in our business, or what new I am going to do. I have studied so many things in engineering. Okay, that person has also studied so many things in engineering. What different I have that I need to cater to, that I need to find to. So in 3 years, try to pick a subject, try to pick a concept in which you are interested in. ऐसे नहीं हो सकता कि from 30 subjects you don't like any of the subjects. ठीक है, then you are in the wrong place if you are not liking anything. Okay, you might like something, definitely you'll not like all these subjects, or might not even be 50% of the subjects. You might like one or two subjects very much. Go a little deep into that, not just for the syllabus purpose, not for just for the passing purpose, that everyone eventually will study and somehow pass in the exams. But go into select one subject, go into one detail of it. Okay, then you will start developing ideas for that subject. Okay, how this subject, how these concepts is being implemented in and around the world. Okay, but I was telling you should have a vision of at least 10 or 20 years that your ideas should get implemented. That means once you start implementing that idea, the कम से कम 10-15 साल तो चलना चाहिए. Okay, then you can modify your idea. So for that, split cut. Okay, I guess no one has heard about it and no one should. Okay, this is a kind of okay. First, I'll tell you what was this. This was a kind of an online app again. Okay, there was a huge cry about making online apps. Okay, many good apps were made, many disastrous apps, and many, what do you call, faltu apps were made. Okay, so one of the app which didn't had any vision was a Splitcut. Okay, what happened here is, this was a company started by two or three people from Delhi. They have made this app so that when we are going for when a group of people, a group of friends are going to a restaurant, they are going for an outing, they will contribute money, and as and when something happens, someone will pay more somewhere in the restaurants, or during some activity or some outing or something, one will pay more, one will pay less. So there will be a imbalance in the contribution. So we need to put everything, how much the person has contributed, and then split card will exactly give how much which person should have spent and किसको कितना देना है basically. That means if there is a 5,000 rupees expense and there are five friends, okay, then it is natural that 1,000 per person should contribute. But during the course of that trip, one person has contributed more than 1,000, one person has contributed less than 1,000. So we need to calculate and make sure that one person has spent only 1,000. So that was their plan. Okay. One thing, Just a second. Okay. One thing they forgot is we have calculators. And not just calculators, we have pen and paper, and we are very good in maths. So we can easily calculate that. They didn't had a vision, they just had an idea of making an app by sitting in a room. So whenever you are doing something, you should have a vision कि ये at least how much it should be used, मतलब how long it will be used. Split card कितने दिन तक चलेगा? Come on. So uh, it went just for maybe 3 or 4 years, and in 2017 or 18 maybe they stopped this app and they closed down the business. Splitcut. So there are many applications, there are many companies who have started very well, but they didn't lasted very long. They had to close down their business because the what do you say, the lack of vision. Uber, Flipkart, and one more thing I didn't mention here is Walmart. Walmart, it's like just like Big Bazaar and DMart. Okay, it's a huge hypermarket. Nowadays, Walmart cannot enter properly into India because a huge hypermarket needs a huge space, and we don't have any space available in India to have such a mart, and people will come on their cars and bikes to buy stuff. Now this is an online marketplace. So that's the reason Walmart has purchased this company named as Flipkart. You need, whenever you are going into that, you need to have a kind of a vision. Okay, so Splitcut went out of the market. And one last thing I want to we'll discuss is about this person. Oh no, not definitely not this person. I'm talking about a bat in his hand. Okay, उसी से तो काम बनता है. Okay, so he's Virat Kohli. Okay, Indian captain or maybe former Indian captain. He's holding a bat which has a tick mark over it. Okay, this company is Nike, if I'm not wrong. Does Nike manufacture bats? No, it manufactures something else. Well, it manufactures shoes. Okay, a shoe company doing an advertisement on bats. Okay, they are not making shoes, sorry, bats, but they are making shoes. So why they are doing their advertisement on bats? It's just to put you in minds of the consumers or the customers that we are there in the market, and we our brands are being utilized by the sports people. We are a sports shoe company, and this is how our logo looks. And this is the kind of a marketing strategy which they do. They want to put that tick mark into your mind, and whenever that tick mark comes, you should remember only one company, that is Nike. Okay, so it doesn't mean you need to have what do you say. You need to manufacture that thing to do a business. Okay, just a last example that Nike was the brand which was started by a sportsman. Okay, he was an athlete. Okay, a runner. Okay, which we can call a runner. Athlete tha. He didn't know how to manufacture shoes. He didn't know anything about shoes. Okay, he just knew how comfortable a shoes should be for an athlete. He didn't know how to manufacture uh, which is the best shape, or which is the best size, or which is the what do you say, anything about related to that. But he had a vision that the shoes company in US will be captured by Japanese market. So he just was importing shoes from Japan and was selling into US. So manufacturing plants and franchisee outlets, or the selling or the shop of a Nike. All these three are Nike is not interested into. Nike doesn't do it. Nike doesn't manufacture its shoes. Nike doesn't sell its shoes. Okay, Nike only do the designing and brand management. What is this? They design how the shoes should look, and they do advertisement of Nike and put the tick mark and Nike brand into the minds of the customer. So in your entire course, whenever you are thinking about a business, or whenever you're thinking about an idea or a product or a service, it doesn't mean you have to manufacture that from the scratch. You need to go out and sell that. You need to focus on what you are good into, what you know best. Okay, only concentrate on that, and rest all things you what do you call it, an outsourcing. Okay, you can outsource it, you can give it to someone else to manufacture, or you can give it someone else to design, and you do the rest of the thing which you are good into. Okay, now all these things I was just telling you, start a business kar rahe hain. But okay, you many of you, might majority of you will not start, you will not start a business, but you might go in a company for a job. Okay, that's not a bad thing. Okay, that's not a good thing either, but it's fine. ठीक है, कुछ लोग बिजनेस में इंटरेस्टेड रहेंगे, कुछ लोग नहीं रहेंगे बिजनेस में इंटरेस्टेड. But that entrepreneur skill, one new concept has been developed nowadays, because many people are going for a job, and entrepreneur is no longer being studied by, is not required by everyone. So a new word called as intrapreneur. Intrapreneur has been developed. Okay, intrapreneur means when you're working in a company, you're working in a job, you if you have a skill of problem solving, definitely you will have after 3 years. If you have the skill of risk taking, if you have the skill of team management, if you have that assertive skill, if you have ideas, and still you're working in a company, you can implement that in the company as well. If your company is designing something, if your company is building something, it is taking 10 hours of time for that, and you are developing some idea, and along with the teamwork and that risk which you are taking, and you have planned to make that same thing in just 5 hours. So 10 hours pehle lagta tha, now it is taking just 5 hours. So 5 hours of time you have saved. You are acting as an entrepreneur in that company. So an entrepreneur skill should be possessed by everyone, whether he is starting a business, whether he is working in a company. So he should have an idea how to reduce the time, how to reduce the effort, or how to reduce the components, or how to reduce the cost using a particular concept. When you are studying any subject, when you are developing an interest in particular subject, you are doing a job, you can implement that thing in your job. कैसे भी करके connect करके. Okay, maybe some person, and there is a person who has entered into maybe, I don't know, into finance field. Okay, he is into banking. Okay, but he was very much interested in making clicking photos, making videos. He was interested into that, but he has landed up in banking. He should not feel oh, okay, I'm in a wrong place. No, you can implement that photography and videography in banking also. Okay, you might be very surprised, ये अभी photography और video जो बनाना था, ये banking में क्या करेगा. He can make the bank environment, make the try to enter into the publicity of the bank, how to do the publicity, how to make aware, how to sell the products in that way, using videos. And he can make a video of each of the schemes, or each of the what do you say, benefits the bank is offering, make a video of it, make a photo album of it. If photography is just a hobby, okay, he can implement it in whatever way he can, like whenever he is doing a job. So even if your hobby can be implemented in such a way, it's just that you should take that idea and develop a concept, and link that concept with your job. Okay, and you should be able to take the risk, only then you will have success. Okay, so now in this 3 years of your time, okay, 3.5 पकड़ सकते हैं, you just started your second semester. In this 3.5 years of time, try to find out a subject, try to find out a concept in which you are interested into, and try to read about it, try to know about it. If you like a movie, you go into detail, how many kids for that we the actress who is working in that movie, how she came into the in this field, education, where she was born. Okay, what is her height, weight, color, complexion, hairs, everything you go into detail, right? Because you like the movie. So you are into a field where you will be there for 3 or 4 years. So इतने 3-4 साल में you will definitely will have many more movies and many more actresses. So in this 3 or 4 years, you'll be studying only one thing, which is engineering. So I want you to develop interest in some of the field, so that when idea will click into your mind, it will be related to that subject. SE suddenly out of the box thinking. Yeah, you might have heard this term, out of the box thinking. He आता कैसे out of the box thinking? How you think out of the box? You need to go out of the box first of all. When you are in the box, you cannot do out of the box thinking. When you are going out of the box, when you have a vision, कि हाँ this will work for, or this has the potential. Good enough. Do mistakes, and then you'll realize what what are your mistakes and how to rectify those. Okay, when you do mistakes, that means you're doing something in your life. When you're not doing mistakes, that means you're not doing anything. So scientist Thomas Edison, he just found out 1000 ways in which we cannot, what do you say, electricity we cannot generate. 1000 different ways not to generate electricity. Okay, so when you do something करेंगे तो मजा आएगा यार. Okay, so well, that was I was telling. Pick a subject, pick a concept, and just go into detail of it. Okay, 3 साल है तुम लोग के पास में. Okay, you don't have 70 minutes like Shahrukh Khan said. Okay, 70 minutes नहीं है. You have 3 years, enough time. Pick a subject, pick a concept, and place it near your heart. Yes, definitely. Trading, you can, well, unmute and ask. No, not an issue. Trading, uh, if you can say, I have done that. Which question? I don't know which who has asked. Trading I had linked that subject to engineering. I am EC. Okay, we call it EC in Karnataka. We call it EXTC or in Mumbai University, Electronics and Telecommunication. After Electronics and Telecommunication, I did an MBA in finance, and I was pretty much interested in stock market. So in stock market also, there are many even for that matter, a basic accounting. जो accounting पढ़ते हैं ना BCom वाले, जो they मतलब ठीक है, not to insult anyone, but they study it as if it's very difficult. But after engineering, when I studied accounts, we studied in how we have studied engineering based on logic. Logically क्या हो रहा है? We whenever we are said that this is equal to this, then we try to develop a logic why this is equal to this. ये logic क्या है इसके पीछे? So when logic is getting involved into that, then easily you can crack the accounts. If you can crack accounts, you can easily crack the stock trading. Stock trading is also what? There are many analysis of it. Okay, well, one such analysis is called as a technical analysis. Technical analysis is the study of graphs and charts. You can study that using your logical ability which you have developed, using your problem solving ability which you have developed in the course of engineering. You can apply on that, and you can trade in the stock market. Okay, you will have, and one advantage engineer has in stock market activities, you can understand what uh, technological changes is happening and how that technological changes will get developed in years to come. Based on that technological changes, which company is first to adopt it? Okay, which company is first to adopt it, and which company can go take that technology further? Then you definitely will buy the stocks of those companies. You know, when Kodak was a camera leader, one of the time in the market, once upon a time in the market, they didn't they were not interested in digital cameras. Digital cameras का interest नहीं था. But Sony took an idea कि हाँ नहीं, we'll launch digital cameras. The people who had the vision that digital camera is the new technology, basically the engineers who had developed the digital cameras, they had a vision that Sony company will grow very fast. So we'll buy the shares of Sony company and keep it, because it has the potential to grow, because they are launching digital cameras. It does as of now. So they bought the shares of Sony company and kept it. When you're analyzing any business like that, when you're studying about company, reading news is more important than watching news. By watching news, you get 50% of rubbish and 50% of news. By reading news, you can select which is the rubbish one, and you can just ignore it. Try to read news about companies. Okay, try to read news about companies so that you will get to know what business they are into and what is happening. Okay, one such message it came and it went. Okay, intraday and investment. Well, intraday and investment. I'll just give a one example. Intraday is in the entire day. Stock market starts 9:15 in the morning and ends at 3:30 in the evening or afternoon. Within that day, you need to buy, sell, both. You need to do both the things of that same stock. Okay, when there is a company, maybe Infosys is a company. When I'm buying the shares in the morning, I need to sell those shares in the evening. That is intraday. I need to be there, stick to the market through that time. पूरा दिन I need to sit in the front of, or I need to keep a track of my shares. What is happening in intraday? Investments, I'm doing it for a long time. What I gave an example of Sony, that okay, intraday will work on mainly on the guessworks and some kind of analysis of guessworks. Okay, investment will be done based on some logic, based on some planning, future plans के हिसाब से there will be investment done. Okay, you can, as an engineer, as I have told you, you can go into any field. You can use your logic. You can use your problem solving ability, which you will be developing into any field, and you can excel into that. One of our senior, matlab very super senior, is Shankar Mahadevan, who is a singer. He was into mechanical department. Mechanical? No, sorry, not in mechanical. In instrumentation, I guess. Okay, Shankar Mahadevan, a singer. Okay, from an engineering background. Okay, definitely he didn't had much interest in engineering, but he was into engineering, and he learned over there how to how to organize things, how to manage things. We used to have many fests in our colleges, in our college as well. So ये fest को manage करना कैसे करना. He was very shy person, and how he developed, how you getting participated in many events. He got to learn many things. So that's how he took his singing and took the whatever he has learned in our engineering college, not the technical stuff, but the managerial stuff, and he took it and took it forward in his career. तो कुछ भी हो सकता है. Okay, so that was uh, all about today's. Okay, so you have anything, and someone has asked in the chats. Wait, किधर गया? Someone has given right answer for Nike as well. Okay, anything you want to ask? Creative entrepreneurship. Okay, books. Well, books. Yeah, maybe which I'm referring is pretty much about Indian authors. Okay, so creative entrepreneurship. You before studying about entrepreneurship, I recommend you to study about companies which have failed and which have succeeded. ठीक है. Try to study about a company before you start studying about entrepreneurship. Okay, ये company में how this just pick your any industry which you are interested. Some might be interested in maybe automobile industry. ठीक है. Automobile industry में which are the leaders? How Lamborghini came into market? How a tractor, a person who was driving a tractor, okay, how he brought Lamborghini to the industry. Study that kind of a story. Okay, I don't have time to explain you the entire story, but study that kind of story in which there is because in every company, for in every product, there is a big story behind it. You can watch documentaries on YouTube. You can study about that story. When you study about stories of success of some businesses, failures of some businesses, you will get an idea for how they have done it. because you have heard the term history repeats itself. Okay, so well, you can read the stories and you can get an idea. Okay, sir, any YouTube channel suggestion, entrepreneurship related? Okay, example Tesla. Yes, exactly. YouTube channel. There is a, where should I write it? Crash course. Okay, CRASHCOURSE. Oh, sorry. Yeah, SE. Crash course. Okay, there is a YouTube channel in which they teach you about many things, but there is a series of crash course entrepreneurship related things are there. Okay, they are very fast in English. Okay, but if you see it one or two times, you will be able to catch their what do you say? Catch their language or catch their vocabularies. Okay, so you can watch that entrepreneurship, or maybe MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. They have an open course where they teach you entrepreneurship over there. So एकदम basic सिखाते हैं. Okay, it is very interesting. If you have interest in that, it is very interesting to see how they teach it using case studies. Okay, one question, sir. Which college you are from? You didn't saw the first slide, I guess. Okay, I'm from your college itself, dear. Arvind. Okay, I'm from MBA department. Okay, I'm from Jain College MBA department. Cool. Okay, anything else? So shall we wrap up? If you want to ask, you can just go to website and find my number, but don't call me. You can message me anytime. SWOT analysis will help you. Yes, definitely. I'm well amazed. Uh, I'm amazed what analysis we had. ठीक है तो SWOT analysis definitely you will all if okay second semester में है but if you are planning to join तो entrepreneurship करना है या कुछ ऐसा सीखना है तो definitely MBA को I'm ready to help you. ठीक है, you can message me. I'll and you can get my number or I can share it. I don't know how to share it in this chat box either, or else you can find my number anywhere. ठीक है, मेरा नंबर तो मिल जाएगा वेबसाइट से भी. Okay, you can just mail me or message me if anything you want to ask. Okay, so that's it. ठीक है, then that's it for today. Okay, whenever the offline classes starts, request your professor to have a session. Okay, along with me, one more professor is there who is very much into entrepreneurship, so we both will come. Might be if if your professor organizes it, not an issue. Okay, we are ready for any session which is good for you. Okay, so that's it for today, students. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Yeah, Manu Prasad sir has just shared my number. Thank you, sir.